All right. Alrighty, so hello everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Subaholics Anonymous, the product line Honestly Speaking, where we carry the absolute best sublimation ink, sublimation paper. We also have pigment ink and some other accessories on our website. So definitely check that out. Shop.hsink365.com. That is where you're going to find our sublimation ink and sublimation paper. If you don't know, our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. Everyone thought I was crazy when I first came out with our paper, and I'm saying that you can actually sublimate at temperatures lower than 400 degrees. You can press faster than 60 seconds, even like 55. A lot of people use like 55. People said I was crazy. They want to try the paper until they tried the paper, and now they're hooked. So I've shown tons and tons of videos, whether it's with my Hotronics. We just did some with my auto press. Also, I've shown it with the Cricut Easy Press. 365, 30 seconds is all you need. All right. So this is the last minute order that I have. I have to do about 18 shirts, including some onesies. So we're going to get right into this because I want to get back home and start and finish watching my Hallmark movies. This kind of threw a monkey wrench in my Hallmark movie watching. Okay, so that's a bigger one. We're going to put you off to the side over here. I think this is a regular size. Okay, so the bigger ones are here. All of these are the same size. Yep. I so wish I had my paper trimmer to just do this one time. But we're going to sublimate some shirts. All right. Things that you will need for sublimation. So I'm just going to run through that really quickly. I wish I could bring y'all closer, but I can't. So a couple things that you're going to end up needing is a printer that can print out sublimation ink. For most people, that's going to be, or the most cost-effective way is going to be an Epson a desktop printer. So really any Epson printer, you can use that. Well, hello. Why y'all ain't say hello to me over here? Can y'all hear me? Wait a minute now. Can y'all hear me over on Facebook and YouTube? I'm not used to kind of y'all being on and not saying hello, or am I just not seeing comments? But you'll need an Epson printer. Epson printers don't use heat when they're printing. They are heat-free printers, so that makes them ideal for sublimation. That's why you're going to hear most people recommend an Epson printer. Epson printers are not designed to be used with sublimation ink. So sublimation ink does not come in the box. You don't want to use the ink that's in the box for sublimation. If you're using a workforce printer, I highly recommend that you start with the Epson ink to set your printer up. If you're going with an EcoTank printer where you just pour the ink in, you don't use that ink at all. You don't even take it out of the wrapper. Just open up your sublimation ink and then drop that in your printer. Okay, when it asks you to put the ink in. So you're going to need a sublimation printer. You're going to need a printer that can take sublimation ink. You're going to need paper. Of course, sublimation paper will give you the best results. You'll see here some people say they just use copy paper for certain things. I mean, it can work, but for the best results, sublimation paper is going to be the best option. You know, no matter which one you use, there is differences in sublimation paper, but that's always going to give you a better option. I mean, a better press or better print than just regular plain paper. Although some people use like laser paper, they find that to be okay as well. Now, where did my trash can go? Dang it, it's way over there. All right. Next thing you're going to need, of course, is a heat source. So whether it's a heat press, an easy press, if you're doing tumblers and mugs, you're going to need either a tumbler press, mug press, or an oven. There's also the 3D vacuum print heat presses that you can use. So you're just going to need some sort of heat source because sublimation ink is heat activated. All right. course, some scissors, because you always want to cut down your image. I'm not cutting it like around and all that stuff. I'm just kind of going straight up the sides of it. And I'm doing this so that if there was any ink on the edges, like let's say it got caught up on something and there's ink, sometimes you don't see the ink until after you press it, because sublimation ink is heat activated. Even if you don't see it, if it's there, once that heats it, it is going to activate, and then you'll end up messing up your beautiful shirt, and because you'll have, I call it a phantom line around it, because you're trying to figure out where did it come from. Sometimes you can clearly see the ink on the paper, other times you can't. So I highly recommend that you always, always, always trim off the edges on all of your prints. All right. So I got a few more to do. Paper trimmer works better because it won't like shift. Right now with me using these scissors, the paper keeps shifting. So some will tell you to like rip the edges, but if you do a design that's close to the edge, I mean, you can't really do that. And all you're going to do when you tear the edges off is, instead of it being a straight line, it's just going to be a squiggly line. You're going to still get that line of demarcation on your shirt. There's like no way around that. But you'll see what I do to remove that line. Now, if you can use lighter pressure, a lot of you guys like to get like super, super thick shirts. Super, super thick shirts is what's going to be one of your main issues with that line. And even with my method, it's going to be hard for you to get that line out, because that shirt is like, it's not like memory foam where it will kind of revert back. It's going to be stuck up in that mug. So super, super thick shirts, not so great because of the amount of heat that you have to apply to it. It's going to make it to where that design really, like the edges of the paper really make an indentation and an impression in the shirts. So I'm just cutting these all down. I'm doing this in real time. I printed everything else out while I was showing my class, or my students, how I designed this in Silhouette Studio. Now I'm going to press it all. So I'm just cutting everything down. I do have one more to print. Silhouette Studio shut down on me, so I have to print out the one for the youth small shirt. Most times I'll leave my design the same size. All of them are the same size for the adult small to the adult large. And the only reason why I end up doing another set is because I thought I had two X's, but I really only had one. So I have a 2X and an extra large, so I just printed out to where those will have the same print. But for the most part, I usually make them all the same size if I have a large order like this, because trying to figure out what size goes to which shirt for a small or extra small and this, that, and the third, that just takes up way too much time. And if you ever go into a store and you're looking at something that has graphics on it, you'll notice that, I don't know if I did the other side or not, they are all the same size prints. Big companies don't do the whole individual sizes for certain sizes, because that just takes up too much work. Like, you end up having to create different screens and just do all this stuff. So when you have a lot of them, they're just going to get the same size design. On some shirts, it's going to appear to be smaller, and on others, it will appear to be larger, because, you know, it's just the same size print, and it's just how much surface space it takes up on the shirt. So I just want to get everything cut down. Now, for certain shirts, you will need a lint brush. Like, I technically should be using a lint brush on these Cricut shirts that I'm about to use. I absolutely dislike Cricut shirts, but I was out of mediums, so I have no choice but to use the Cricut shirts. All right. Hello, Susan. How are you? Yes, don't forget to double tap the screen, guys, if you're watching over on TikTok. All right, hold on. Let me see what questions we have over here. Yes, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you for asking. Have I started to use DTF yet? Meaning what? I don't plan to use DTF. I do plan to get a DTG printer. If I have to use DTF prints for myself, I will do that. If you're talking about the DTF sublimation hack or whatever, I will never ever actually do that. So, but I have no desire to really get into DTF because I have other options for shirts. So it's not something that's like a game changer for me to where I feel like I have to have every method to like for doing shirts. Now, I normally, for my large orders, I'll end up using screen print transfers. You know, if I end up working with someone that has the bigger, like the roll, ooh, this shirt is humongous. Oh my gosh. Yes, this shirt is huge. Like I said, I'm not even sure what brand this is. I ordered them from someone to support their business last year, and I had never used them. So I was like, you know what? Let me get these out because we're actually about to do inventory, and I just want to get rid of these and just keep the shirts that I actually use because they're these are all miscellaneous shirts and they were taking up a bin. So I just wanted to use all of these shirts. Oh wait. So if you are new to doing shirts, I recommend, you know, until you're able to like eyeball it, is to fold your shirt in half and then press a line in it because that will tell you your center point, which I also need to adjust my pressure. So that will give you your center line to line your print up to. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of the bigger prints because this is an extra large shirt, and I need to turn the air up because it's hot. I don't think it's been on the whole time. All right. I forgot. You need to check the pressure of this. Okay, so I need a little bit more. Okay, perfect. So I'm at about a 1. And I got rid of my line, but that's okay. So I'm going to take my print and I'm going to fold it in half. And that's going to give me my true center point. Okay, so I crease it at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to place it on my shirt. This is the part that's hard because I would normally be in front of this, but because I don't want to block y'all, I'm on the side. So this is one of the reasons why I end up having to do the line because I need to make sure that it's lined up because I'm coming in from the side. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So we're going to press that for 30 seconds. What is the typical image size for a small to large? I don't really go by having like a set size. For me, it's based off the design because some designs are longer than they are wide. So I don't really go kind of like off of that too much. But if I had to like do it like, oh, and each shirt is also different. So what I do to get like the ideal size, like if I'm doing an individual shirt is, hold on. You see how this shirt is folded? I'm going to show you guys over on Facebook and YouTube in a minute. Just give me a second. So how this shirt is folded from like center of the shoulder and here, that is really what the true front is. So what I try to do is make sure that the design stays in the front. Okay. So if you look on this one, let me see, I'm going to move. Oh, wait. Okay. This side. So I'm going to go up and it's like the center of my shoulder. So if I'm doing like for one individual shirt, or if I want to kind of know for the shirts that you're using, so you might, if you stay consistent with the one or two types of shirts, you'll kind of know your sizing. So from here to here is where I kind of go at. So it stays in the front and I measure right there. And that kind of tells me what size it is. And because I typically use the same exact shirts, it's going to be the same for everything. So for you guys over here, I unfolded it, but like the line is kind of there for you. Some shirts, depending on how they are in the bag. But if you fold it at the shoulders or just kind of make an invisible line in the center of the shoulder, and then go down, you measure that area. And that's kind of the ideal size for any particular shirt. But like I said, for these, all of the small to larges, I made those 10 and a half, like 10.6, I think, somewhere in there. And the extra large and the 2Xs are about 11, in between 11 and a half and 11 and 3/4. Where did you get your prints? I print them out myself. I have an Epson Workforce 7210 and a 7820, and I print them out myself with our Sublimation ink and paper. What type of heat press is that? This is a Hotronix Fusion IQ. Yes, so I make my own designs. All right. Which I'm actually kind of a little too far down on this one. I really wasn't paying attention when I put this one on there, but tis not that bad. All right. When I go to do the next ones, I'm going to actually press all of them, press the center mark in all of them. And I'm doing it this way because I have my phone with TikTok in front of me. So I don't really want to keep getting in front of the heat press and blocking it. So that makes it a little bit harder to really see where my center mark is. Although I can put my shirt sideways, which I might actually end up doing. Okay, so the top of my, okay, I'm going to do it like this so I know where the center of my design is, since I don't have it cut right to it. All right, so that's the center of my design. We're going to line the top and bottom up. I want the center of my design to line up with the, kind of sort of line up with the armpits. So, yep, armpit to armpit. And that puts me about 4 fingers, my fingers down from the top. But I'm lining the center mark up with the armpits. Well, actually, it's a little bit under the armpit. So that's the center of the chest. All right. So we have how many larges? 2. Oh, if you want to see if it went through, there is nothing. So you can clearly see the design there. If it was something on this side, you would be able to see it. It does not bleed through because I'm not using heavy pressure and I'm not using 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So it does not bleed through the shirt. And my 2XL shirt. My go-to brands for Sublimation shirts is Team 365, which I like their name because that's what we are. Our hashtag is 365 because we press at 365 degrees, 30 seconds. We have no affiliation with them yet, but I'm hoping we will eventually. So I either use Team 365. The shirt that I have on is also Team 365 in sports tech. So those are the two those are my preferences. These ones I'm using now, I'm just trying to get rid of them because we do inventory tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, next week. So I want to get rid of I want these out of my inventory. So I'm getting rid of them. I don't even remember where I got them from. I got them to support someone's business, but when we moved, I lost the invoice, so I don't even remember whose shop I got them from. They are really soft, but whew. All right, so you're gonna get to see now my Team 365, one of my preferred shirts. So because I don't have to lint brush, I don't have to tape anything down, I don't have to put butcher paper in the middle. As you can see, my speed is a lot. I can get these done in a short amount of time, outside of stopping to answer questions. I'm not spending 3 to 5 minutes or two, like I think when I timed it before, it takes like between cutting it out, taping it and all that, it takes about 4 to 5 minutes per shirt if you're doing that for each one as far as putting butcher paper in and all that stuff. I don't do all of that. So we can get them done faster because I eliminate a lot of those extra steps. Because I'm not cutting it down to this really, really small size, I don't have to worry about doing all that taping and stuff because the weight of the paper, like the size of the paper, just helps it stay in place and it helps it stay balanced. And our paper, the way that it presses and it domes up, it actually, we don't really get a lot of ghosting with our paper. Because you're in a Facebook group, so you're not going to see the share button. I actually streamed directly to the Facebook group because I didn't want to go in and hit share. So you would have to go to either my regular page or Silaholics Anonymous Facebook page to share the video out. Thank you. Hello. So I'm going to press all the shirts at once, and then I will press out the line of demarcation afterwards. Look, I can't keep doing it that way. I'm going to go this way because I'm not in front of it. So me trying to put it that way is driving me absolutely bonkers. I need to do my center line so that I know. Why does this line seem like it's off? I knew I wasn't crazy. That line is very much so off. I'm like, this line look crazy. Look very much so crazy. Okay, no questions there. What brands paper ink do I use? I use Honestly Speaking Sublimation ink and paper. That is our product line. So you can go to our website, shop.hsink365.com, and I use Honestly Speaking Sublimation paper and ink. Our ink is 140 milliliters, so you get more bang for your buck. Most of them come in this size. When you get the Eco Tank nozzle, most of them come at 70s. Ours standard is 140. Our prices are for the quality, especially, okay, so you have to think about the fact that, one, our paper is less than most of the papers on the market that are sold by U.S. vendors. Now, it's a little hard to compete with some of them folk on Amazon who are shipping it in directly from China. They don't have to deal with our cost of living. They don't have to deal with our tax issues and stuff like that. So it's a little bit harder to compete with them as far as pricing. But for your like average US owned and operated company, you'll find that our prices are probably the best around. And especially for the quality that you're getting. And because you're able to save, you don't have to press at 400 degrees. So your heat press isn't using as much electricity to heat up to 400 degrees. You're able to do it faster. As you can see, we're saving on butcher paper and tape and sheets of lint, of the lint brushes. So by getting our paper and changing, if you're not using our paper, by changing over to our paper, you're going to save yourself a lot of money in the long run. All right, so this already has a center line on it. Wait, this is an adult small shirt, right? Hold on, let me check and make sure. It does look kind of small. I'm going to put it up with my Team 365 shirt to make sure that this is an adult. Okay, yeah, it's an adult small. The ink release in bold colors, yes. That is sorcery paper. I've never seen ink release like it. The ink release and bold colors. Bold colors. Thank you, guys. All right. If you guys have questions, again, I'm just literally completing an order. So if you have questions about printers, about settings, about programs, I teach Silhouette Studio. You have questions about our products, feel free to go ahead and ask. If you have some troubleshooting questions and some things that you've been having issues with, feel free to ask those questions while I am on live, because all I'm doing is completing an order. Now, what did I do with the rest of those? Did I not? Oh, here they are. Thank you for double tapping the screen. So for anyone else, that release that they were talking about, although I don't really play up the whole release thing, because I mean, it's doing what Sublimation paper is supposed to do. We have what's called a high release paper. So the ink does not tint the paper. With a lot of the other brands, the reason why it may seem like it doesn't have this, quote unquote, great ink release is because it soaks up the ink and it's actually tinting the paper. So a lot of times you'll see it's more of the paper being tinted, but with Sublimation ink, anytime it's reheated, it is going to gas off. So you will end up seeing like a small print. If I reprint this, if I repress it, you're going to see a little bit of the image, because there's always going to be a little bit of ink left on the paper. It's just that some papers, it doesn't sit on top. It soaks it in. And one of the, I guess some people will consider it to be a downside of the high release paper is it does, if you're using a printer that has pinwheels, you have a higher tendency to get pinwheel marks, especially if you're using like premium matte and things like that. I don't use that. I use plain paper setting. Most of the settings that you will see will say premium matte, saying that you need all of this color to get great results. So as you guys can see, we have great results, and I use plain paper setting. I do not use premium matte, and the saturation on that is absolutely amazing. Okay, you see that shirt? That's plain paper setting. That's not premium matte. How long do I press? And so how long is my press time? 30 seconds. Ooh, sorry. So I press at 365 degrees and 30 seconds. It actually keeps dropping because I'm doing them back to back. It dropped to 360. So 365 degrees, 30 seconds is all it takes with our Sublimation paper. Thank you for the compliment. She said beautiful colors. I've actually done some items at 325 degrees. I've done some things. If you have the original Cricut Easy Press, we've done things at 350 degrees. You just have to press it for like 45, 50 seconds. If you do 325 degrees, you just have to press it for 60 seconds. So you can use even lower temps, but for a good mid-range where it's like temp and time, and that's your heat press outputting. Like this one, we've tested it and we know that it outputs 365. Like my, what's this thing? My Sure Profit, my auto press over here, it actually gets really, really hot. So for me to get 365 or somewhere in there, I end up having to set mine down to like on there, it's like 330, 325, somewhere in there, because that one gets extremely, extremely, extremely hot. So although I set, if you ever see me use that, you'll see it set to like 325, 330, it's actually outputting 365 or like 365, 370. I pulled the trigger on the BN20. Do you have any tutorials? It's just silhouette. I have some just showing you how to set your cut contour. There's really nothing much to it. Once you design in Silhouette Studio, it's all about using Illustrator or Affinity Designer or Corel Draw or Flexi to set your cut contour lines. If you're going to do like an actual print and cut with it. And that's it. So I do have a few videos showing how to set that up in Silhouette Studio and then take it over to Illustrator to set your cut contour lines. But as far as like just showing videos of like it printing and cutting, that ish prints slow and it cuts too slow for me to kind of do that. I think I maybe have like 1 or 2 videos where I've shown it. Yes, paper ink is very much on point. Waiting for Cyber Monday sales. Thank you. Wait, thanks to you, my tumblers have been on point, especially those lines. So, if you are VIP, you'll have a discount code that you can kind of get 1 pack of paper if you want to or not. When it comes to everything else, we don't do sales really. Like, every once in a while, I kind of, the spirit will move me. But just like last year, Black Friday, you guys will know that I don't do individual items. So I don't do sales and you're just buying one item. You want a sale price from me. Our prices are already very affordable. They are very affordable and they are worth every single penny. So it will be on multi-packs or bundles only. So that's what it will end up being on Monday. You won't be able to get a single pack of paper and just try it out at a discounted price. To be honest, I don't really buy into the whole Cyber Monday, Black Friday thing anyway. I really wasn't going to do anything because I just really don't buy into that whole thing. But we did it last year, but since we dropped our prices, I really wasn't trying to do it this year because we did a site-wide price drop in January. We did go up slightly and October 1st, the start of our new fiscal year, but not by, a whole lot. So because our prices are already affordable, I'm not trying, I'm telling y'all now, it's not going to be no sale where it's like 20, 30, 40% off because that'll put us way, way, way below market value. And we already have amazing prices. Let's see. Any comments on Heat Nation Signature Pro heat press and the best tape for shirts and heat press? So we sell heat tape. So the best heat tape is going to be from Honestly Speaking. We're hsshop.hs365.com. We have it from 1/2 inch all the way up to 6 inch. Our tape is non-staining, non-marking, so you're not going to get those yellow lines. So our site is we're going to get the best tape from, as well as the best paper, the best ink. Heat Press Nation is a really, really, reputable company, and they have amazing products. So you can't go wrong with the Signature Series from Heat Press Nation. All right, now the shirts that I absolutely dread. I cannot stand doing Cricut shirts, but I'm out of my standard medium shirts. That particular brand, I did not have any medium shirts in, so I have to use Cricut shirts, and I absolutely dread using these things. Hey, hey, hey. How you doing, ma'am? Oh, shoot. Just because I don't like using you didn't have to give me a paper cut. God dang. Man. Look, it ain't my fault. Y'all some crappy shirts? Sheesh. I mean, it really attacked me and gave me a whole paper cut. Damn it. I don't like the Cricut shirts because of how they press. I'm not a big fan of like the color on it. Also, those blue squigglies drive me absolutely bonkers. You get those a lot, even with the 365. Sometimes you'll get those. So I feel like I have to press these, and I really just don't like the color on these. Compared to my other shirts I use, so these are more like the shirts that people like, the whole cotton like shirts, and I don't like those type shirts. I like this shirt is kind of like a semi-gloss, so I prefer these type shirts. I don't really like those shirts that are like cotton like, and that's what Cricut kind of gives me. And because they're cotton like, they're not woven as tightly, so your color payoff is not, it's not like, I mean, the shiny shirts, I mean, the colors just pop. So, ooh, child, this is a different type of shirt. This collar is different on this Cricut. See, those are two different collars. Oh, I forgot. They do run small. Oh, well, ain't nothing I can do about it now. I forgot. I should have mentioned that they do run a little small. Okay, I don't know what happened to the other Cricut shirt. I needed 4 mediums, but this one's made differently. Okay, I just explained that one. Shirts I've been using for the past year, Team 365, Sports Tech, and just search them. There's a lot of places that sell them. Pro World is a great and it's amazing company, so you can't go wrong with their presses. What brand of shirts and where do you buy them from? So my go-to is Team 365 and Sports Tech. I don't have like one place to get them from because, hey, when you're in business, although, I try and use sites where you're going to get a slightly better price because you have a resale certificate. So you can buy technically wholesale price. I buy my shirts by the case. So really, no matter where I'm getting them from, I'm getting wholesale prices because I don't buy individual shirts. Whenever we buy shirts, we buy them by the case. So Jiffy Shirts, Alpha Broda, Sanmar, Shirt Bargain. If my toddler shirts are Vapor, I got those from Johnson's Plastics Plus. So it's just about the brands for me, not necessarily where to buy them from. If you do a search for Sports Tech and Team 365, wherever you find them from, and they're in stock and they're a price that works for you, get them from there. So it's not about any particular place because not everyone who does this has a resale certificate where you can actually go to wholesale sites where they're going to be a little less expensive because you're going to resell them. Now, here's the thing about it, right? A lot of people tell you go to a wholesale site, like, all this other stuff. I mean, the prices are slightly different. And yes, you're not going to be charged taxes when you purchase it, but you're still going to pay taxes because when you file your quarterly sales reports or monthly, depending on what state you're in, they're going to ask you what purchases you made where you did not pay taxes. The state is not going to not get their money. You just didn't pay the company at the time, and it helped you kind of get them at, be able to get in the door, but the state gonna get their money regardless. So you don't really avoid the taxes by using your resale certificate because you have to claim that when you do your sales, when you file your sales tax. And once, like, a lot of people want to get their resale thinking that it's just so that they don't have to pay taxes on things when they purchase them for their business, but you also become basically a tax agent for your state. So when you get your resale certificate, you have to then collect taxes. Taxes are not for you. Taxes go back to the state. So you have to file those at the, the end of the quarter, end of the month, depending on, like, so with us, because we have a website, and we get so many orders from different places, we now have to collect taxes in 4 states because we've met the threshold for online sales to where we have to collect taxes in those states. And it sucks because the more states you have, the more you have to file. And Shopify really doesn't make it really easy. Like, we still have to go through, because most places ask you by, like, the counties. If they have, like, different surtaxes for each county, you still have to go in there. We have to run this report all the time. So we pretty much take up those full, what is, like, 15, 20 days they give you, because it's a lot of stuff that you have to do when you're filing taxes with a bunch of different states. My arm is jammed on my Fusion. I'm jealous that your press is swinging. Are you sure you have it? Have you released the gold plug back there? Yes, Team 365. Team 365, yes. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but also because I'm not using a lot of heat, we're not over pressing it. And a lot of the times the steam off that you're getting is not necessarily from your, it's kind of like, sometimes it's your ink. It can be the ink that you're using, but I'm not sure if you notice, there's not a lot of steam coming up. So using the lower temperatures, using our ink, which doesn't have, like, certain inks are made with way too much water, and so you end up getting steam. That's the inks that aren't that great, because they're made with more water than they are the other elements. She says that's some tax gems. Yes, I got a tax bill, but never received my reseller certificate. Probably because you tried to go somewhere and get something where you weren't paying taxes on it. Because those companies will also report, because they have to report the fact that they did not collect taxes on their sales. So it may be from that. Do you recommend the same sites? Wait, do you recommend the same sites for the, so taller shirts? I get mine. Well, you can go to Jiffy or Alpha Broda, and they have Sublimation. But the ones that I'm gonna use tonight are Vapor, and I get those from Johnson's Plastics Plus. Johnson's Plastics Plus. There's a link to get to them in the clickable option on my profile. You can get to them, and if you use my code 9PKD6, which is also listed on my tree, you'll get 15% off. Them cricket shirts make you work out. These actually didn't do too bad. I didn't see any blue squigglies on this one. I actually did not see any blue squigglies. Normally I still get them, but I actually didn't this time, which is kind of cool. Now, I started this process on live. I technically would have folded all of these in half before I started, Like I print off everything. I try not to go to where I'm printing while I'm pressing. I like to print it all out, make sure I have everything. And I will normally prep everything as far as like cutting them down, but I end up doing it because I went live. Oh, look, that's kind of perfect right there. But I normally print, trim, and find the center mark all before I start pressing, unless I'm on live because I'm normally trying to teach it. The shirt that I have on is Team 365. Heat press stands? No, I don't. I mean, we made ours, so I never looked into like one. I mean, the one that, and for our heat press, you can't use the standard Hottronics one for this one, so there was really no need for me to look into heat press stands. I think the one for this, if you have the auto press, is like $300 or something like that. We made ours. So this was an old desk, and we cut the legs off some. There's a board underneath. We put casters on it so I can move it. And we put the board because I have drawers underneath here. So my husband made mine. Okay. I am missing a Cricut shirt, a medium shirt. Where did it go? I am missing a Cricut shirt. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Medium. You know what? Oh, it's slightly there. I would say this Cricut shirt doesn't have a line of demarcation, but yeah, it does. 2, 3, and then the smalls. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a large, the 2X, the XL. Okay, look. Hopefully you guys can see the difference in this shirt and then this shirt. I'm going to come over there to Facebook and YouTube in a minute. So I'm not sure. I don't think you can really tell from your end, but like the color payout is slightly different. This is the Team 365. This is the one that's kind of like a Cricut shirt. So the colors for me are slightly different because this has a shine to it. Do I make custom sub transfers? Yes, I do. They're not on the site, but people always email me, and I do them pretty much now through email because that will be a service not on our shop site. That's going to be a service on our HS Ink Designs or HS Ink Print site because we're going back to being a print shop as well now that we've moved into a bigger space and we can kind of have room to kind of spread our wings. I will be doing prints, and we'll have it on our site where you can submit your designs and order them, or you can, I won't ever have like pre-made sub prints, but you will be able to submit your design to have it printed. Okay, all right, I gotta go find this other Cricut shirt. All right. Email us. Like I said, that one is not on the site. It just depends. I mean, there's a lot of different prints. So email me. My email is in the clickable option. So you can either go to info@hsink365.com or the professor at hsink365.com. All right, so the next after this are going to be all of the youth options except the 5T. I got to figure out where my 5T shirt is. I'm trying to think. Did I even order 5T? I'm trying to think. Did they not have them? Because why are they not with everything else? All right, now let's grab these onesies. And for these, I'm going to use a pressing pillow. You mean the Gildan shirts? I can't stand Gildan shirts. I know those. I can't stand those worse, like more than I can't stand cricket shirts. Gildan shirts for me are way too thin. Okay, actually, before I do, no, I'll do one onesie. And then, just for anyone that's joining, if you didn't see it yet, that's the design. All done in Silhouette Studio. I'm going to do this one onesie, but then I'm going to press out all of the lines of demarcation on those shirts so I can be done with it. I'm going to grab my little piece of green foam here. And this is... No, wait, which one is this? Is this 6 to 9 months? Okay. So you want your foam to be smaller than the seams of your shirt. All right? Because that's the whole purpose of it, is to account for the seams and how thick it is. So we're going to press to this. So it needs to fit inside of it. You don't want it to be where it's like the shirt is sitting on top of the foam and you have all the extra foam. So we're trying to raise up the print area with the foam. Okay. So you put the foam underneath. I'm going to move this down so that my snaps fall off of the heat press. I'm going to fold this bad boy in half the same way I do. Oh, well, let's check our pressure. Because I have the piece of foam underneath there, we're going to turn to decrease the amount of pressure because the other shirts were thin. So my platen was lower. So now I have to raise my platen up to account for the fact that there's foam there. And my goal is to still be at about a 1. I went too far. All right. So we're at about a 1. I'm actually going to dial it back just a little bit here. Now, for little people shirts, I say use heat tape because they are so little. Ooh, that's hot. And I normally put the design up really high on onesies because you don't know like if they're going to have on a skirt or if they're going to have on pants or is they're going to wear just the onesie. So normally for me, the design is up pretty high for onesies. So Actually, I might be able to do this one. That's actually pretty big without any heat tape. All right, now where did that? And those are Cricut brand onesies. Now, where did the 0 to 3 month onesie go? I mean, 0 to 3 months. Oh, here it is. Let's see. I was just telling someone to come join you. She wants to learn sublimation. Well, welcome. If you're over here. The color gold is so tricky. I have more trouble trying to get gold than anything. What's your secret? There is no secret. I mean, that's just the way the file was. Yeah, that's just the way the file was. Okay, so this one, I am going to press the line out. Actually, no, I still have to increase it. So I'll do this with everything else. And okay, what the heck did I just do with it? I just had this darn onesie in my hand. Jesus. Where did I put that onesie? Oh, right here. The 0 to 3 month onesie. So again, pulling it down so that my snaps are hanging off of the press. I want to know where the edge of this is, so I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I'm playing with fire, not using heat tape with a onesie. So there's the onesie. All right. And then the 2T shirt. And then the last one, I got to figure out where in the heck my 5T's at. And I have to print out the design for the youth small. Oh, baby, they're hot. So there's that. Shiznick now. That's hot for some reason. Jesus. That was extremely hot. All right, so here is the 2T. I'm still going to use a pressing pillow because this is a youth shirt. Although I might need to change this one out because I think this might actually be too small. Ooh, yeah, it's actually too small for this print. Oh, wait a minute now. Hold up. Nah, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play those reindeer games. Let me just get another piece of foam. I'm not about to play those reindeer games. Now, this one is just about raising this area up. It's fine for this because there's no major seams, like heavy seams with the onesie. So I'm just going to put that underneath there. Also with these, like I said, I go kind of higher up. I don't really like this size because I have to print the small one and I don't know where the 5T is anyway. I'm going to use this one. I have no idea where these 5 t-shirts are. Okay. The green foam is from anywhere that sells sewing supplies. So Joann's, it's the foam by the roll. It's just their regular high density green foam. You can also get it at Hobby Lobby because they cut it off for you, or they sell like that. Walmart section, like Walmart also has it. It is the 1/4 inch foam. Yeah, 1/4 inch. Walmart has it, and it's just in like sheets. All right. because I still have to do the small and I have to print off the small and I have to find this 5T. I'm going to go ahead and start not knocking out the line of demarcation, but let me send this one to print real quick. That way it can be printing. Oh, I have to do the Grandma Bear one. Hold on. Or was it Grammy Bear? Grandma Bear? Hold on. I have to print this out for the small shirt as well as another 5T. Copy. Paste. So for the U small, I'm doing about 7.5. And then I need to create a, hold on, let me flip you guys around. Uh-oh. Because I'm about to design this grandma, hold on, I think it's Granny Bear, or something like that. Okay. Let me look at what this says. 1 second. Where is her message? Yeah, Grammy Bear. Okay. So Grammy Bear. I'm going to just pretty much just use the same fonts that I use on these for that one, but probably in reverse. So let's go here. Copy. Paste. I don't think you can really see it with that one. So yeah, I think I like that one better anyway. All right. And I always duplicate because once I put the once I put the fill color in it, it's gonna be just a path. I won't be able to edit the text. Okay, so let's see. How do I want to do this? We're just going to convert to path. We're going to do an offset. Did it go? Um, Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just trying to design this out. Um, oh shoot. Huh? Uh-oh. Um, wrong part. Doing the wrong part. Okay, what the heck is moving? Oh, it didn't release. Okay, that's why. Release shadow. I want the same exact color that is on this one. So I'm just going to bring this over here, ungroup. Go grab my shadow layer. And sample that. Oh, all right, there we go. So we're going to group that and make that about 11 and some change wide, or whatever can fit on here with the rest of this. Okay, I don't really like to do like squiggly lines, so You're going to go there, which means this is going to be slightly smaller. Because I just want it to print on one paper, although this one is going to be, nope, I can go a straight line and then go up. All right. Let me see, can they? No, they're not going to fit side by side. Okay, and print. My print settings are plain paper, bright white, set to high quality or the highest quality that you can have on your particular printer. Quiet mode is on. I print using, go to custom and advanced. I use Adobe RGB Gamma 1.8. Of course, mirror on. High speed, it doesn't really matter if it's on or off. It was off one day. I said it's a preset because I changed my preset. It's just been off ever since. Under maintenance, under extended setting, you want to make sure that you have thick paper and envelope selected if you have that option. If your design has a lot of darker colors in it, you want to take your print density down to keep from having a lot of pinwheel marks. My default is at about is -6, but with this one it's all light colors. I really can take it up. But if you have dark colors, you may want to decrease your density even more if you have darker colors and you have a paper that gets pinwheels easy. So we're going to hit okay, and then print. So that's going to print out, and I'm going to put that on the back of the shirt. Okay, hold on. I have to wait for it to spool to print before I can tell you the font. They asked me when I was designing it earlier, and it's on the other page, but you got to wait. Give me a second so that I can show the font. Let's see. Did you use a modify tool to put that gold around the letters? Crop, yes. So once I did the offset, I cropped. It was a background. So that was a digital background, a digital paper. And I cropped that to fill that in. It's not really a color. It is an actual like gold metallic type. If you look at it, it has some texture to it. But this is spooling, so just give me a minute for that to spool, because when it's spooling, you can't do anything on the screen. So while that's doing that, let me adjust my pressure down. And let me pre-cut my paper for my so I can remove the line of demarcation. All right. So this is the name of that font. I'll pull it back so you guys can see. That's the name of it. That's the actual name. So it's this font, but this is the name. I put it over here like this so you can see the actual letters. All right. So allow me a moment to cut out all of these papers, which I normally do ahead of time. It is cheaper to cut it off the roll yourself, but it is so time consuming. I swear, for this, I think I'm going to end up ordering me some sheets that are pre-cut, because although this is cheaper, it's costs you a lot in time cutting all these sheets down. So I don't really like cutting these things down. Okay, so this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and the top sheet. All right. So now let's knock out this line of demarcation. Uh-oh, wait, it said I'm muted. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? It just told me I was muted. Did I mute myself? On TikTok, not you guys over on Facebook and YouTube. You guys can still hear me, but TikTok told me that I muted myself. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right. So I put a little piece of heat tape on the top of my cover sheet because the other sheets, I'm going to use them twice. So I put something on here so I know which one is my top sheet. Hold on. Let me fix y'all. Okay. Pull my shirts over. Oh, well, I can start with this one. So I put the butcher paper on top. I'm going to increase my pressure to super heavy, like a lot of pressure to where that's not even enough pressure. I'm going to adjust it some more. And I let it go for about 10 to 12 seconds. What that is doing is knocking that line out for me. So I do that with all my shirts. I just go back in and I repress them to knock the line out. Oh, shoot, way too long. And let me adjust that a little bit more. So now, for the next shirt, I have to flip this over. Okay, so it was that way. It may not look like there's no ink on that side, but there's ink on this side. And then I use my marked cover paper. I put this on top so that that ink goes on here, not on my platen. So every second press, I have to use this paper. So I'm just going to go through and knock all the lines out. Do it for about 10, 12 seconds. Some people will say they'll lint brush. To me, that does absolutely nothing for knocking that line out. And I always do it at the end because I don't want to do it while I'm doing each one. Now, what I wish I had was my other heat press set up. If my other heat press was set up, I would just put it on that one and let it press. I can do them at the same time. So having two heat presses is great for that. But I didn't turn the other one on. So, or if you have like the dual platen Hotronics, it works great when you have two heat presses for this particular method. when you only have one heat press, you know, you have to just do it individually. So now that one is no good. I don't need this one. You just have to make sure that your paper is not touching your shirt in any way. If it is, that defeats the purpose. So the purpose is to get out the lines. You don't want to introduce more lines by having your butcher paper on your shirt. Now on these shirts, I really don't see it too much, so I really don't have to press it that long. My Team 365 and my Sports Tech, I can really see those because the way they're woven, you can really see that line of demarcation. I really don't see them too bad on this. So 10 seconds should be fine for these. Not even 10 seconds. Now this one I can see it on. So hold on. Let me try and show you guys what I'm taking out. So not sure if you guys, yeah, see, you might not be able to see it. Hold on. Okay, wait, there it goes. It'll catch the light. You see that line? That's the edge of the paper. Now for y'all, I don't know. I can't even see my monitor, so I don't know if y'all see that line or not, but because my monitor is too far away for me to tell if you guys can see the line or not. See, now that line is gone. So this is the only place I use butcher paper at for shirts. Unless it's a full coverage shirt and my design is bleeding off the edge, but I don't use it on top. So the line of demarcation is going to happen regardless. So imagine if you had to use paper on the inside, paper on top, and then use a paper again for this. It'll be team too much. I did 18 shirts, 19 shirts, somewhere in there, which included 2 onesies. Well, I haven't done them yet. I have to still do the youth small and a 5T if I can find my 5-6 shirts, because I don't see them. All I see is the 4T. Did I do this one? Nope. I have to do all of these. Just got here. What are you explaining? How to knock the line of demarcation out. So whenever you're pressing to polyester shirts, because it's a high temp, the edges of your paper will leave a mark in your shirt. So to soften that, or to basically eliminate that, when you have the paper on top, even though you know how the saying says paper thin, it really isn't paper thin when it comes to sublimation. It still has a little bit of a lip, so it leaves a line, an impression in your shirt. So to get that out, so that you don't have this box around your shirt or the shape of however you cut your paper out, I do this step where I increase the pressure on my heat press and I press it for 10 to 12 seconds, depending on the shirt. So someone just asked over there, can you reuse the same paper? So I am reusing it just for this because I flip it over. I'm not doing like a full press time. Butcher paper can bleed back through, so I don't really like to press it for a really long time. Like I said, no more than like 12 seconds. And there's ink. Every time you press, it gases off. So there is ink on this paper. So when I flip it, I don't want the ink that's on here to get on my platen. So I put a second sheet on top where the ink, if anything, will end up on here. It'll, this part I'm never pressing. So I just keep taking it off, taking it on. I use that every 2 presses. So now I can't use that paper anymore. So the first one, I just press it. The second one, I use the protective sheet to protect my platen. So this time, I flip it. Just make sure that your butcher paper is not on your shirt, because then that will defeat the purpose, because it's going to add another line to your shirt. All right, this is the last shirt of this. Then I have to do the onesies. And then I actually have to press the 2T and the youth, no, 5T and a youth, and a youth small. But I got the 5T I'm not going to do on camera because I got to go figure out where it's at. I'm actually probably not even going to do the small on camera either because I've been on here for a while. Pressing these, what is an hour and 37 minutes. So alright, so if you're just joining and you're wondering why am I pressing them again when they're already pressed, when you do sublimation shirts, because of the edges of the paper, you get a line of demarcation on your fabric. So it doesn't matter if it's a shirt, if it's a koozie, although things like that, it really doesn't come out that easy. But any type of fabric, you're going to get this line of demarcation on there. Some people will say they can lint brush it out. That's a bold-faced lie. It ain't coming out like that. It does not come out just by lint brushing it. So what I do is I press it a second time. So I make sure that it's fully covered. I increase my pressure and then I press it again. And now because it is completely flat, I'm pushing that line out and making it where it's flat. Yes, this is the butcher paper from Sam's Club. Now I'm going to let the onesie go a little bit longer because of the seams. Ooh, nice. And then I have one more onesie to do. Where did it go? So this one, I'm just going to flip the paper because that area is not on here anyway. I didn't flip it over. I just went to the other side because these are smaller shirts. And then I have to do the youth small. And I need to ask her, if I can't find the 5, is a 4. Are they like a big 5 closer to being a 6, or will a 4 work? So if you're just joining, this is, hold on, I'm gonna have to turn the whoosh. It's hot. All right, let's do it with this shirt. So here is the design. I'm gonna turn the light off because it's gonna, so you guys can actually see it. And I'll do the small, but the 5 one I'm not going to do on camera. Yeah, I have no idea where my 5, 6 shirts are. Okay, so this one is a sports tech. So you saw my Team 365. This is a sports tech shirt that I'm about to see use. So if you want to see the color payout on this one, this is a youth sports tech shirt. Why am I doing it this way? Jesus. So we have to decrease our pressure because I only need a 1. All right, so if you're just joining, you missed the beginning. I'm going to go through the entire process of what you need to do sublimation shirts, okay? So of course you're going to need a sublimation printer. Oh, well, first, let me reset, as we would say on Clubhouse, reset the room. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of the Honestly Speaking brand, where we carry the absolute best sublimation paper, sublimation ink. We have pigment ink. We also have heat tape and other accessories. And I was looking for the paper because I just had it in my hand. If you don't know me by now, I'm always losing something, even when it's like I just had it in my hand. I will misplace it in a heartbeat. So to know me is to love me is to know that I'm never going to know where anything is. Here we go. So we carry Honestly Speaking sublimation paper, as well as Honestly Speaking sublimation ink. All of our bottles are keyed for eco tanks, and they are 140 milliliters, so you get more bang for your buck. These are $15.63. All of our prices include $3.65 or $30 somewhere. It's all about the branding. So every last one of our prices is going to have something in $3.65 or $5.63, which is $3.65 backwards, or $30. So those are $15.63. The 13 by 19 paper is $33.65. That one I know at the top of my head. So this is $33.65. All right. This is 13 by 19 paper that I'm using. I pretty much use that because I ordered myself extra cases of the bigger paper. So I'm normally using that. So for my own stash, I just ordered my own cases of paper, like for us. So you're going to need sublimation paper. You're going to need a printer that you can put sublimation ink in. There are a lot of printers that are ready-made, like actual sub printers like the Sawgrass. And then there are actual Epson sublimation printers like the F570, F170, where you don't have to, like, they have ink that's made for it. But most people will use a converted printer, and even eco tanks. Always people say, oh, I don't want to have to convert a printer. Technically, even an eco tank printer is converted because the ink that comes in the printer is not sublimation ink. So conversion just simply means to change out the ink. You are putting an ink in it that it was not intended to be used with. So you're just switching it out. When you use eco solvent ink, you are converting the printer. Now, when you do DTF, you're really converting the printer because you got to take off the pinwheels. You got to cut a hole, put a waste tank on, and all that. So that one is like a real conversion. But with these, like I said, all you're doing is just switching out the ink that comes, instead of using the one that comes with it, with an eco tank, you're just putting, when it asks you to put the ink in, you're just going to put in your sublimation ink. If you're using a workforce printer or any printer that uses cartridges, even like an expression printer, I highly recommend that you start with the Epson ink cartridges first to set your printer up, make sure that it works, and then switch out to your refillable cartridges that have sublimation ink in it. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need some sort of cover paper. You can use butcher paper. Most times, for certain items, I prefer parchment paper because butcher paper is porous. It can bleed through, especially if you're using too heavy pressure. It can bleed out through your butcher paper. So I'm more of a, I don't know why I just cut this down in this curve. I don't know why I did that. I'm more of a parchment paper kind of gal. Sometimes you will need heat tape. I did not use heat tape at all for any of these that I did. See what I mean? What I just do with this print? And I don't even like the size of this. I think I'm about to print this over. I don't know. It might be all right. Oh, here it is. I don't really like the size of that. I don't like the size of this one either. Ooh! Ah, crap. When I picked up that ink, I got ink on my hand. Now I got to go grab another shirt and go wash my hand. Okay, hold on. I mean, this is made for this, but I don't really like this. And I don't think I'm going to like the size of this Grammy Bear on the back of this shirt. It's an extra large shirt, so I don't think I'm going to like the size of this. So while I go wash my hands, I think I'm going to, and why am I touching these shirts? No good hell well, I got ink on my hands. Oh, Lord, please don't let no ink get on these shirts because I am not redoing any darn shirts. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'm a, oh no, that's perfect for that. I mean, it's grandma, so I mean, she can stand out a little bit more. So yeah, I think I want to reprint those and wash my hands. Yeah, I think I want to. I was trying to make it all fit on one, so I still end up using the 13 by 19 sheet of paper because I was trying to get it all to fit because I ended up taking it down. I wasn't at my normal 8.5 for small shirts, for small kid shirts, so I don't really like the size of it. So yeah, we're going to make this bigger. We're going to make this a full 12 inches. And we're going to hit print on that. And I'm going to go wash my hands. I'm going to come back and finish explaining my sublimation. Hold on. All right. Oh, did it print? It's printing out now. Yeah, I don't really care for the size of that. So it's like a little bit too short. For youth smalls, I normally do 8. Oh, I got a bit of the shirt. I normally do 8.5. So yeah, that one was a little bit too small. I mean, a youth extra small is a 6. I don't know if that's going to be too big for that kid. So I'm going to ask her, does she want a youth extra small or a 4T? All right, so going to go back through what all you need because I got to wait for that to print out. So where were we at? Some type of cover paper, scissors, lint brush can be helpful. I don't ever really use a lint brush for sublimation. I use it for my black shirts, not for sublimation. So you do need it for shirt making. And that's it, really. I mean, a ruler would help. Heat gloves would help. But for shirts, I don't really use them. So heat tape is also optional unless it's like really small. I'll use heat tape. And that's about it. So with our paper, I sublimate at 365 degrees, 30 seconds. That's it. I don't do 400 degrees for 60 seconds at all. So I get it done quicker, faster, better. All right. So no more questions over there. Did you notice the Creative Fabric is offering $39 a month if you pay $47 for the year up front? Do you change? Wait, do you change when the price is lower? Yes, I actually last time they did that. So this isn't the first time they did it. The last time they did it, I did like a whole live video. Today I was not really working. Well, I had orders to work on, so I wasn't really doing any like content stuff. Yeah, I saw a lot of people were talking about it. I should have posted in the groups and I didn't. But yeah, last time I did a video, when you do that and you're locked into that, so as long as you don't cancel it, when you renew it in a year, it'll be the same amount. So this is like the second or third time they've done that offering. So yeah, whenever you see it, definitely change it. Well, I did. So when they had that the first time, I definitely took advantage of it because I love Creative Fabrica. So I took advantage of it where I got it for 47. I think it was like about around that same price. And you pay for it annually. What's the offer? So with Creative Fabrica, they have it where click the link in my profile, but they have it where you basically pay $3.99 for full access, but you have to pay for it upfront in 1 year. So you pay $47 and you get full access. You get full access to the site and you have unlimited downloads. There's commercial use and all of that. Hold on one second. This is my client. All right, so just waiting for this to print out so we can finish these up. And she'll be able to come get these. I think they were leaving the game. Oh, hold on. Let me ask her something. All right, wait, where's this 4T shirt at? I want to see how different is the 4T from this Youth Extra Small. Because Youth Extra Small is actually about like a 6. I think it's like is it a 6'8"? I don't know. So I mean, it's actually not that bad. So from the 4T, they should be fine with that as a 5. Yeah, it's a Youth Extra Small. So this is the 4T. And then look at the small is like right there. Youth Extra Small. So they wanted a 5'6". It would have been somewhere probably in between it, but I think that's fine. All right. So yeah, we're just going to put that on this. Okay, I can do this one. All right. These are not the print. This is the old one. Where is that print? All right, let's grab this. I don't know where that print just went. Oh, here it is. Why am I shaking the paper instead of shaking the shirt? Jesus, I'm tired, must be. Okay. And is this the small? Yes. Woo-hoo, I did. Great job lining that up. See, when I can look at it from the front, I can line these up without folding them in half. I've been doing them for so long. But when I try to do it from the side, like looking at it from the side, it always ends up crooked. So for the back of the shirt, if you don't have a heat press like this where you can thread it, you must put butcher paper down when you're doing the you know what? I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to do it that way because not everyone has one that you can thread. But when you can thread it, you'll actually see me thread it for the press to press everything out. I'm going to thread it for that one, but you must put a paper down. And when you knock the line out, you have to use a different paper. You can't use the paper that is there unless you absolutely don't move it. Then you can use the paper that is still there because it might end up shifting and ghosting. So, okay. So, if you're going to do a double-sided shirt, you must put butcher paper or some type of cover paper down on your platen because this heat, when this gas on here, once this is reheated, this will gas off again. So I'm going to try to do this where I can leave the paper down. So if you're going to do it this way, you have to change the pressure as you are doing it. Like for each shirt, if you're going to want to leave the paper down. But you can thread it. I'll show you what I mean by thread it after this. So now this, I do want to fold in half and find my center mark. So for this, my placement for this is normally right up under the collar so that I don't have to worry about that because my collar is going to hang off. So I normally put my design basically right there at the end, like at the edge of the collar. So I'm going to put this. Dang it. I need to find the center point first. All right, so the collar goes off and my print is pretty much right underneath that. So we're going to press it and I'm going to immediately change the pressure to knock the line out so that I don't have to change out my butcher paper. If I did not change it out, well, if I end up like doing another shirt, I have to change out the butcher paper because I'm not going to have it in the same spot. And like I said, any bit of ink or gas will gas off again once it's reheated. So I'm going to go ahead, adjust my pressure. and knock that line out. And you can clearly see that image on this paper. Make sure that this did not ghost. Nope, it did not shift. Lovely, lovely. But see, this is what end up on your heat press if you don't put something down, because it will gas off again. And then there's the back of that. Oh, crapola. I think I'm crooked. Okay. So now let's do these. Can't use this one because it went through too much. So let me cut off. Oh, I can use this one. And I got to cut off one more little piece for the other shirt. Nope, not the shirt. Oh, shoot. That wasn't a regular press. I'm tripping. All right. This order is done. So now I need to just print off their packing slips and... Ooh, wrong website. Nope. Back it up. Wrong website. Because I'm a Shopify partner and I developed a couple sites, I actually, on my Shopify, I have 5 different shops on here, and I clicked on the wrong one. All right, so orders and fulfilled. And let's print out the packing slip so I know what goes to whom. More actions, print packing slips. Print. Epson 7720. Black and white. Print. It's paused. Probably because my son was calling. Is it still paused? Can you guys hear me? Or no? On TikTok. Can you still see me or no? Okay, yeah. So I think you guys can't hear me on TikTok anymore. I think somehow it paused, probably when my son called. All right, you guys can't hear me. All righty. If you're watching on TikTok, can you hear me? Nope. Yeah, I think it's messed up. All right. So they're just gonna end that one. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb and my son kept calling. All right, why are you not printing out? Nope, don't have time for this. Just cancel. And send it to print and just make sure that it goes to tray 1. More settings. Print dialog. HQ pigment. Preferences. Oh, come on. Cancel. And tray 1, grayscale, print. All right. All right, so there are no other questions. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. The order is done. If you are a part of the Ink Zone, so if you are a part of the Ink Zone, I'm not the Ink Zone, the Student Union or the 30-day course, I did do a video showing how I designed it, so definitely go check that out. I am out of here, so I got to call my son back. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Peace.